default. That's actually was rewatching it not too long ago.
Are
Still
you-
good.
are you
Holds up
excited?
well.
Excited about the live action?
I am
remake of
not.
it?
I've
Okay.
never been excited about a live action anime. Everyone I've seen has been horrible.
Me too. Doesn't translate well.
Everyone I've seen.
Just like the live action cartoon films are trash. Like I didn't like The Lion King; it was too real.
Oh yeah.
It was a
I like the Speed Racer movie a lot. I think it's the closest thing to like what a live action anime would look like. I think it's a very misunderstood film.
Yeah.
Very silly.
I haven't seen it, although I have heard it has some really good visual effects in it.
It's cool. It's like hyper saturated. They really take the time to make like all the scenes like framed as if it was like in a manga or an anime. Like it's
See, I like a movie that has what I call a strong director's hand in it, right? Like the style is apparent.
yeah.
Oozing
Me too.
it, right?
Me
Like
too.
I like to see that. Take
Me
it
too.
up to 11.
Me too. I like distinction. Speaking of distinction, has anybody seen the new James Wan movie?
Oh, Malignant.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch it, but I've heard bad reviews.
I watched it 2 days ago. Most fun I've had watching a movie in years. It is a can I say the F word?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's a freaking blast, y'all. It's so tight. It's one of those movies you have to go in with like as little knowledge as possible to get like the maximum.
Oh, see, I was about to ask
Yeah.
John to pull up a trailer and like put it on mute while you talk about it, but now
No
trailer.
Don't look at
no.
anything. Yeah,
No trailer. Just
Put it
jump
on
right
the
in.
it's
I'm cool with
it's
that.
cheesy. Like they purposely made like a lot of the acting bad. Like it feels like you're watching like an '80s like midnight movie grindhouse kind of film. But boy, is it nutty.
I gotta watch it, man.
Like the Tarantino Robert or Rodriguez Grindhouse type of style.
A little bit. Like it's not leaning into like the vintageness of it, but definitely the like. What if this insanely wacky thing was the idea of the movie? Like it's not as straightforward. Like there's a monster and it's bad. It's like I don't know. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you asked, what if you took 4 amazing improvisers and put them in a group in Houston, Texas, and called that Can't Tell Us Nothing? Then that would be what this show is. The Can't Tell Us Nothing show.
What?
That's right. Where you take
Yeah.
John, Amechi, Tandi, myself,
Gotcha.
Antoine, and we discuss opinions, topics, turn into improv scenes right on the spot. And sometimes we're joined by a special guest. Today is Ned Gayle. Thanks for hanging out with us, Ned.
Thanks for having me.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I still once again admiring your hats. You guys all kind of tilted your heads at the same time. So those green brims are just so powerful. It's, John, you said you got these hats made.
Yeah, so I came up with the design. I was like, man, what do I think would be fun to wear? Kind of captures, I guess, the show. And one of my friends from my hometown, they had a small business, so I wanted to patronize them, and he helped me come up with it. And he sent us a bunch of them, and I gifted them out to a couple of people. And now I think I want to remake them to potentially get people to purchase them.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Love them. I'm wearing my stewed, screwed, and tattooed hat for the fans of tattoos and screws at home.
I'm sorry. What's tattoos and screws? Just catch me up.
I think tattoos. It's a ink picture you put on your body, usually permanently, but sometimes you can do it with a Sharpie and just call it a tattoo for fun.
I think I've heard of that.
And then what was the other one I said?
Screws.
Screwed. Okay. That one's actually okay. I was looking at this graphic for the first time in years just now. I think it's you drink poison is what it looks like right there.
Oh,
that's actually
That's why.
stewed.
yes, dude.
Okay, screwed looks kind of
Yeah,
heartbroken.
screwed.
So you've been screwed out of like a good time, a good life.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I'm down on my luck. I'm drinking poison.
Drinking
I'm
poison.
looking good doing it.
That's the best way to go out. You know? You don't want to go out horribly and not look good.
Ned, do you have any tattoos? Do you mind if I ask?
I actually do not. Completely bare body.
You don't have any tattoos for real?
No. Very indecisive. Terrified to get anything permanently on my body.
You have the rest of your life. You could get one a year.
One a year?
Yeah.
And then 4 years from now, I'm like, what about that first one? That was silly. Why did I do that? No, I don't know. I think about it all the time, but
I feel you.
At this point, I just turned 30, and I'm like, well, do I get tattoos now? Like, is this the point? I don't know. Maybe I'll get a tattoo by the end of tonight. We'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
I'll put out a Facebook call. Come to my house.
Live.
I am live.
Everyone cheer on Ned. If you come in, please put in the comment, go get a tattoo, Ned.
Or what should I get tattooed? Help me.
Yeah.
What should you
Suggest what tattoo he should get.
Yeah.
Yes. Put your what you think that is. I think people that like get their whole body tattooed are really they just are in constant state of regret from like the last tattoo. So they're just constantly just trying to like cover up all the regrets.
That's how they're making it up.
And then yeah. You know.
I think there could be something to that, right? Like if you were a person who collected art, right? Like you get a couple of nice pieces, but then you keep getting more art and then it's like stacking it on the wall. It's like, do you even like this stuff? Like, what about the ones you first got? You can't even see them anymore.
You don't remember what you got. You don't really like it.
They're the
if you had a
people
child and you forgot you had a child, that says a lot about you, right?
They're the people
I love that you're the same thing.
Get the whole they color the whole coloring book. Like they don't leave any pages empty. Like every page is colored. I've never completed a coloring book. They may have something to do with my ADD, but I've never liked every single page. But
I never liked. Yeah, I was gonna say I've never liked every page in the coloring book.
Some of every page and the backgrounds. That's crazy.
Yeah, all pages have been marked, like every inch of it. That's a mark of insanity, I think.
Well, people just like to color. It's a mark of insanity.
Sure, but you would just move on to another book. You don't have to color every inch of the book you got, right? Unless that's the only coloring book you've ever had.
I got this coloring book and I got this book of Mad Libs. They're both old, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
We got some people suggesting things. First, I'll shout out to Bert here and listening. Get a tattoo of a flying paper airplane.
Ooh.
It's got to be flying. It can't be sitting on a table.
Or crushed, like you balled up and get ready to throw it in the trash. Has to be a in-air airplane.
Or maybe it's like already crashed, so the front is like kind of burnt, but it's still flying. And you're like, oh,
Stop stealing my tattoo ideas. I was like, now I know what I want to get a tattoo of.
Damn tattooed on your chest.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Damaged paper airplane.
I can see Ned doing that too.
Yeah. Also, if people see you coming in the rearview mirror, they'll know your name.
Who is that? Oh no. I did used to wear a shirt in high school. I wore a lot of Sharpie shirts in high school, just like white shirts that I drew on them, just wrote on them real quick. And I just wore one that said Ned real big on it all the time. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish with that.
So I was gonna say, how did your fellow students respond to you with the white shirt?
Ned! Or someone who didn't know me would be Ned! And which is nice. It's good to hear your name in the halls.
Yeah, for some reason, people get excited when they know what to call you immediately. Yeah. Ooh. Name on the shirt. I know what to do. I know
it's you.
Yeah. But yeah, did people sort of look forward to your shirts, or was it just like, that's Ned being silly?
Yeah, it was more of that. I definitely kept to myself a little bit in high school. I was a theater kid who kind of lounged in the theater hallway and nowhere else.
Oh yeah, that was a straight theater move. Ned on the shirt. I didn't even think about that.
Straight up.
I was like, how do you keep to yourself and then write your name on a shirt with a Sharpie?
Write something really big.
Theater kid
that pushes people away from you. And put "Let's Play" really big on your shirt, and people go, "Oh,
Let's play."
I'm messing with that guy." What was your favorite shirt design? You like?
I had a cowboy hat that I wore at a lot of parties that just said "I'm an asshole" really big on it, and that seemed to be a hit with people. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Legendary. That sounds like a legendary. You probably have so many stories tied with that hat.
No.
I'm overselling it.
I think it was I partied with the same 6 people all of high school. I say party, it's a very small get together or so.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah. The 6 theater kids who saw me that day. He's putting on the asshole hat. He's doing it.
We cut to Ned in the principal's office. Young man, do you want to tell me why I'm hearing stories of you wearing clothing that has alarming messaging on it? Do you want to tell me why I'm hearing those?
Okay, well, first, Principal Schmazzer,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the school has really pushed being an individual. At your pep rally, you said that let's all make this our year.
That's right.
And I thought I would make it my year by putting a cool slogan on a shirt.
Right.
And expressing myself to all my fellow students.
Now, I could imagine a couple of very approval and inspirational slogans, but from my understanding, that is not what you were putting on your shirt. Why don't you tell me some of these slogans you're so proud of, and I'll tell you how appropriate it actually is.
Okay, well, the first shirt I wore on Monday is probably the one that you're referring to. It's the first time I got written up. It said, "There is a fire in the bathroom. I didn't start it, but I also didn't do anything about it." Now, there wasn't really a fire in the bathroom. I just thought it was like really inspiring to everybody to like, hey, why don't you look in the mirror and think about what you would do if there was a fire in the bathroom.
Now, don't you think you're setting a bad example by not doing anything about it on the shirt itself? Shouldn't you be even given some sort of instruction? Now, if the shirt had instructions on what to do if you saw a fire, that'd be another story. But your shirt actually had things that I would recommend against. So that is definitely not acceptable, Ned.
Wait, so if you're telling me if I were to write some instructions maybe on the back, I know I'm usually wearing my backpack, but maybe if I took it off and on the back it said, if you do see a fire, you should douse it with, I guess, water or contact maybe one of the in school.
Here, let me get the whiteboard. Let me get the whiteboard.
Yeah.
All right. So if you see a fire, right, you contact an adult.
Yeah, sure.
If there's no adult around, get a fire extinguisher. They're all around the school. Maybe you have a little map that has all the locations of the fire extinguishers around the school.
Yeah. I guess I could switch to a tall T. That seems like a pretty big map.
Normally I'd be against tall T's, but if it's for a good cause, Ned, I'll make an exception for you.
We cut to Ned in the sports athletic director's office. Hey here, son. Son, I've been trying to get a hold of you for the last couple of weeks. You know we got that big high school football game coming up.
Yeah, and once again, I just think I'm too much of a pipsqueak to play on the team. I don't know.
You got you are right about that. I wasn't asking you to play on the team. I was asking if you would help with the play calling. We were seeing how you've been drawing maps and stuff on the back of your shirt, and we was hoping that maybe you would like to participate on that football team, drawing up plays on your shirt and running them down to the players on the side of the bench.
Okay, so do I have to make the plays themselves? I don't really know.
No, we'll leave that up to the football coaches. They'll be drawing on your shirt. You just run down the sideline to the other players and make sure everybody knows what play we're going to be doing.
Okay. I'm really not much of a runner. It kind of goes into the pipsqueak thing. Is that going to be a problem? Don't you think
it's going to be a slight problem, but don't worry about that. We're going to have you show up at 6 a.m. so we can get you in some special conditioning so you'll be able to do this. This is a pretty important game. I know you've been helping out the principal.
to give me like a piggyback ride or something. Like I just want to be a vessel for the information. I just started the shirt thing to show off. I'm not trying to run.
I see what you're saying, son. You want to be a dove, and you need somebody to carry the dove to the. I can see what I can do for you. We got a couple of linebackers that need some conditioning too. So maybe we'll draw the plays on your shirt. We'll get one of the linebackers to move you all the way down to the other coaches so that they make sure we know what play we're on.
We cut to the game. They're doing this. They're carrying Ned up and down the line with plays on it. Some of the other players across the field are seeing this guy. Hey, look at that dude. Look at that dude. Are those the plays?
Yeah.
And they look like the plays, but I think that's what they want us to think. They think we're stupid enough to believe those are our plays. Those are plays that we should be game planning for.
We should. I mean, he's on the other team, so we should take those plays, man. What if we went over there and took that kid, get the plays off his shirt?
Halftime coming up in like 30 seconds. I'm down.
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, let's meet over by their locker room and see if we can find him by himself.
Hey, another good play, guys. Well, I'm gonna go get a small drink of water real quick. That's all I need to be carried.
That's halftime. Everyone head to the locker room.
Hey, Pipsqueak.
Hey, shirt man.
Hi. Who are you guys?
Why don't you come with us?
What's going on, Den?
Hey, wait a second. Your jerseys are different colors from my teammates. What are you up
noticed?
to?
That's right.
We want to speak to you about your wardrobe. Why don't you come to our side of the field?
Well, I'd love to tell you about my wardrobe. Recently, I was told by my school's principal that we have to express ourselves as individuals inside of our school system, and that I should put custom messages on it. What kind of messages would you put on your shirt?
As he's saying this, the quarterback of his team sees what's happening. It's like, wait, no, get away. They're from the other team. Here, get with this guy. Ned to the fellow person. Get him out of here. Get him. Chasing him down.
One of the other team members grabs his leg. One of the other team members grabs his leg, so now they're pulling back and forth.
Now, if you look down at the sideline, looks like the teams are wrestling over a young man. They're at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if they're going to give him his yardage this way.
Yeah, Bob. It looks like this homecoming gaming is pretty damn serious.
And scene.
Oh my goodness, man!
That's pretty much what happened, right?
That's
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love the idea of that person being essentially a whiteboard that just has to change shirts every time they erase something.
Lost funding.
Really hard to reuse, right? You just got to have a pile of shirts that they draw these plays on.
And football coaches are not like great handwriting. They're just like, X's and O's is probably because they were like, have to make it as simple as possible for anybody to understand.
That's a probably a good business idea if you have kids just advertising certain things for the school, just like writing on shirts like, dance tonight, car wash fundraiser, whatever. Forget posters. You want moving advertisement,
moving billboards.
Exactly. I mean, everybody's already advertising stuff on their shirts anyway. Abercrombie.
Who are they? They're not doing nothing for the school.
I don't know those dudes.
That's right.
We need more direct forms of advertisement. Like, we don't want to see like McDonald's anymore. We want to see, come down and eat these burgers we got. Like if you see that on the shirt, you're like, where are we going to eat these burgers? And then boom, McDonald's got McDonald's.
A specific date and time on the shirt. Eat these burgers, 7 p.m. July 17th.
People would be super curious about that, though. They'd be like,
I'll give you an example, like Chick-fil-A, right? Their advertisement is simple: eat more chicken, right? Mm-hmm. They put that on a shirt directly. They want to guide you away from cows to chicken, right? I think every company should do that in some way. Someone say
laundry detergents, like wash more clothes. Brooms are like sweep your house. You should
Buy
shoot
more paintings.
Mhm. I like it. I like the direct messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I could think of was this poor mom having to supply all those white T-shirts in like laundry day. It was terrible.
Yeah, Ned, would you
many.
bleach those shirts when you were done with them, or
No, I think I still have some of them today.
So you're just burning through white tees.
Good.
Your mom was like, we cut to a house, Ned's mom and dad having a discussion about his white tee usage. Now, Ned, me and your mother have something very important we would like to discuss with you.
You're not getting a divorce, are you?
Oh God, no! I think it's worse than that.
Oh,
We're not getting a divorce, Ned. We are.
this is gonna be a 2 Christmas situation. All right.
This is going to be a lot worse than a divorce. Ned, are you in a gang?
You can be honest with us, and we'll still love you. We'll get you all that help you need.
I mean,
Because we understand how difficult it is if you are in a gang and you're trying to get out.
Yeah.
It's blood in, it's blood out.
Oh gosh.
If it wasn't for your mother, I wouldn't have gotten blood out. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for you to.
No, I actually am in a really bad gang. They said the only way to get out is to have 2 Christmases.
2 Christmases.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
The
it's
2 Christmas.
What
the
is
Naughty
this?
Elves gang. Oh gosh, they're so
Naughty
bad.
Elves gang.
The Naughty Elves. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, they pulled me in and they said I had to make toys, mean toys. And the only way to get out is to have 2 Christmases, so they cancel each other out. So
Sounds like a cult, Ned. Sure, it's not a cult. It's a gang. It's not a cult. There's a little bit of a difference, right?
Well, I'm tough.
Gangs,
Sure,
you get
so-
jumped in. Cults, you constantly just get jumped if you don't do what they ask you to do. Is that what's happening to you, son? I had to get your mom out of a cult before. We understand. We know these things. So
Gangs and cults. We're just rife with them. We don't know what to do with ourselves.
Wait, Mom, what kind of cult were you in?
I was in the grilled cheese cult. They insisted that you have grilled cheese sandwiches every day. And you couldn't buy the cheese. You had to steal it. Like from the fancy cheese section. None of that stuff wrapped in plastic wrap.
I don't see what's so funny, son. The
we got to Tandi and the grilled cheese cult after a haul. All right, everybody, come in. Let's see the cheese. Let's see the cheese. Make sure to bow to the headmaster on the way in. Make sure to bow to the headmaster and put your cheese on the pile.
The headmaster mice.
Sister Tandi, it seems you don't have any cheese with you.
Well, I got to the Kroger's, and I think all the other gang members must have beat me there because I didn't see any of the fancy cheeses.
Is that true? Were you guys all going to the same Kroger? You know, we need to scurry around and find more than just a single Kroger.
It's just the Kroger's so close and convenient, you know?
It really is.
And I have no one gotten the cheese. It's just easier.
Did anyone go to the Pie Burns? There's a Pie Burns right down the road.
I'm sorry, I've never heard of the Pie Burns.
It's right down the road. You go past the Kroger. It's like the next place.
Is it next to like a Wendy's or something? I keep missing it. I feel like I'm distracted or something. I've never seen that.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I don't know what it is. I just go buy it.
It is a grocery store, just like Kroger or Aldi or Sprouts.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Grandmaster Cube, but I used to go to the Pie Burns, but there was so much cheese theft. They've got really tight security, and they don't put the good stuff out unless it's like 6:30 in the morning when the elderly people go in to shop. So I just couldn't get back there and try to find something fancy, but the security is so tight. It's like Fort Knox in there.
So what you're saying is they have a stockpile of some of the best cheese in the city and no one could touch it?
But it's like little lasers that go everywhere. They're motion censored. It's like they're guarding the Princess Diamond or something, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, then I think we know what our mission is to please the headmaster. Get that cheese. Go to the pie birds and steal that cheese.
We're gonna have to do an Ocean's 5 situation.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to make the best grilled cheeses you've ever tasted.
Oh.
And maybe we'll get off this godforsaken planet.
I thought we were supposed to
to the moon, made of cheese.
And fiends.
You so wrong, Antoine. I'm gonna stop playing with you today. You know, pie burns ain't got no kind of cheese. That's wrong. If they had a fancy cheese, they would just like put it outside and tell it, "Scoot along, little cheese. You don't belong here." That's
Go on now.
No, move on, little cheese.
You seem lost, little cheese.
Ocean's 11 has been coming up so much in like casual conversation with just anyone I talk to recently. I don't know if like heists are on the brain for everyone right now.
Heist.
Yeah, just generally, like I feel like everyone wants to do a heist these days. I don't know if it's part of like being trapped inside all the time. You're like, I want to get inside something else. Like, do you guys know?
I'm not supposed to be.
Do you guys know what part of the Ocean's team you would be? Like I would definitely be like computers. I'd be like hacking mainframes and stuff. Like, what
yeah, it'd probably be me as well. Yeah,
I would probably be the guy that creates the distraction somehow. That's always how I visualize
the smooth talker. Yeah,
I can see that.
I don't know. I've run out of energy for all of that. I think like was there somebody like ordering the food? Who's that? That's what I want to be in everything. Like, okay,
that's an important role.
Disaster
role, the logistics and stuff. Yeah,
that's so important.
Hey guys, about to order Mexican. You guys want it?
That's who I am.
The hanging on a wire guy's like, I don't want Mexican.
What about you, Amechi?
I could do some driving or something.
You always driving.
That's a coveted position. The person who like turn the car like this. Like,
oh yeah.
Amechi, what's the fastest you've ever driven in a car?
Ooh, I don't know if I should say.
400 miles. Fire was coming out of the back of the car.
Yeah, the front went.
It was on 2 wheels.
I haven't driven anywhere I could really open it up, you know? I hear that there are roads where that's fine. There's no one around. You won't hurt anybody.
I-10 West.
That's what I was about to say.
Track racing out there where I live every Saturday. You can tell the boys nothing. They was out there going. Man, I'm like, dang. And it would be sad when there would be accidents. You'd be like, man, I wonder if they're going to be out there next Saturday. They right back out there next Saturday.
Of course.
Going back at it. I'm like, Jesus. But I mean, to be honest, there's nothing else after you get past like the Katy Richmond area. I mean, those people ain't about to be bothering you after like 10 o'clock. They cows to bed. Everybody else is in bed. They got to wake up 5 in the morning. And the motorcyclists would be out there too. I've never had a need for speed, man. I remember seeing one of my cousins when I was younger. He was older than I was, maybe 17, 18. Somehow he got on a bike. He was going real fast. And I remember he fell off of it and got skinned up from like head to toe.
Oh.
And I remember seeing that. And I was like that little kid who was just like, you know, you wake up and you see this guy all bandaged up. So you like, I want to ask like a million questions. And I don't have any idea how much pain is in his head. It's just like, so you decided to do what? Speed up? That's what happened to you? Are you happy that you were doing that? Yeah. Did you know this would happen to you? All those evil, those little questions that kids ask that you really are upset. I was that dude. And all of that, he never gave me a straight answer, right? It was always like even in the condition he was in, he was like, man, once I get back healthy, I'm gonna go back and do it again. And I was like, see, it'd be like if I jumped out of an airplane and broke every bone in my body. There's no point in me going back out and doing that.
Yeah. But what if before you broke every bone, you had a lot of fun?
Everything comes to an end, though, right? Like you can't have fun forever. Shit, like eventually you got to either choose to end it or let the ending happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So.
But to that point, you only live once. You gotta go for it at maximum overdrive. I say this as someone who would refuse to jump out of a plane. Never in my fucking life would I ever do that.
I can do it once, but I've heard I'm only doing it once. That's. I could conceive myself jumping out and going, I could do that stupid thing one time. If I do it again, and that's when I die, like, come on, man. There's no reason why I need to do it twice. There's no award. There's no best guy that jumped out of the airplane in life award. Why would I do it more than one time, right? There's no competition for how.
If it were to pop your back, maybe I would do it. If there was some sensation of it falling so fast, your whole body pops.
We cut to this open field. Hey, sweetie, I know you've been telling me about how stressful you've been sitting in that chair all day and your back is just so uncomfortable. Well, I found this really interesting chiropractor on Groupon that we're supposed to meet him out here at this airstrip. Apparently we might be getting to a plane and going somewhere else where he's gonna do whatever he has to do to your back. But happy birthday.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's up? My name's Dr. Paul Fall, and I'm gonna be your gyropractor today.
Awesome.
What's going on? What are you guys' names?
Oh, my name is Derek.
My name is Bethany Williams.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is her birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Hey, you know what? Today, we're not going by our land names. We're going to be going by our air names. When I'm up in the air, when I'm a mile above the ground, my name is Kyle. Kyle 1 mile above the ground. What do you think you guys' air names are going to be?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know. Birdie.
I'm gonna call you Spike and Gretel. How does that sound?
Spike and Gretel. Who's Spike and who's Gretel?
Hey, that's up to you guys.
What was your land name?
Call me Paul for right now, but that plane's coming up quick, so don't get too used to it. All right.
Then you're gonna be Kyle in the air.
You're gonna be Kyle in the air. Okay.
I'll be Spike then.
Plane's right over here. It actually just pulled up.
Cool.
Wait, why are we getting in a plane? Wait a second. Hold on. I thought you were a chiropractor.
Here, you're gonna want to go ahead and put this on. So
come on, man. This is.
I'm doing a very specific practice. Okay. Now this Groupon that you paid $25 for is good for 2 people to jump out of this plane and let the gravity, the G forces of this beautiful little orb, this beautiful flat orb we're living on. Hold your spine perfectly straight.
Did he just say that the Earth was flat? Did he just say that? I'm not getting any plane.
I believe the world is round. It's just flat.
Hear him out.
It's a circle.
Hear him out. He didn't say it's flat. He's just describing spatial. Okay, listen. This is going to help with your back, and that's all you've been asking. You've been saying
it's working.
We cut to a hospital later on that night. Okay, Bethany, the X-rays are back. You did shatter every bone in your back. Jumping out of that plane.
Oh my God! Was it the G forces, doctor? Was it the G forces?
It was the G forces, and but there's a 50% chance that you will walk again, and. Honestly, I want to try a really experimental treatment for this.
I mean, if you think it'll help, Doctor, but I don't know.
Okay, well, let's do it. You see outside there's a field. I'm gonna wheel you outside out there.
Where is my boyfriend?
Sorry, what was that?
Where is my significant other? Where's my partner?
He's outside. He's got a jumpsuit on.
A jumpsuit.
We're gonna take you up. Yeah, we're gonna take you up in a plane with my chiropractor buddy. And
what's the name of your chiropractor buddy? Wait a second.
You want his name on the land or in the air?
Insane.
It's the cause and the cure.
Hair of the dog, right? What you need is a little more G-force. Correct.
Enough G's.
That was the problem. You actually just didn't get enough G's. That's why all your bones broke like that.
Yeah, we're gonna go up a little bit higher this time. Make sure you get all the G's you need.
This is your prescription. More G's.
I believe this so much because somebody who would be uptight and need their back cracked would introduce themselves with their first and last name to somebody who doesn't. My name is Bethany Williams. I was like, she's so excited. She's got a tense
on
back.
the edge. Yeah.
Tons of tension in there.
It's not Beth. Not Bethany.
Not Bethany Williams. The boyfriend just gave one name, but she gave us a whole. You know, people like that, they go by, like Ned Gayle is one of those people for me. I never call him Ned. He's a whole name. I gotta say the whole name. There are a lot of people in life that you got to do the first and the last. Some people even get a middle, but yeah, you're Ned Gayle. You're never just Ned to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe that's what you were doing with that shirt. You just wanted people to focus on Ned and not Ned. Maybe you knew
just me, dang it.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Stop bringing in my family name.
They're all wonderful people, but I want to be separated from them.
Is Ned short for anything?
It is. It's short for Edwin.
Really?
Yeah. So my father's name is Edwin as well, and he goes by Ed. So the joke is that I'm not Ed. Ned.
I'm native Ed.
Yeah, it was just as annoying as an explanation as you thought. Yeah.
I love it. Did your dad think of that joke?
I don't know who thought of it. I didn't hear it until I was like 18, and I was like, huh?
We cut to the doctor's office. I think, doctor, since this is my first son, thinking about naming him not John, Myles. I want to give him his own identity, you know. And he's still John, he's just not John, you know what I mean?
Not John. Let's see. I haven't had a run of negative names in a while. It was pretty popular back in the 60s. Not John. Well, have you discussed it with his mother? What's her position on this?
I didn't discuss it with her. I was trying to talk it out with you first. I figured if you gave me your support, we could kind of go back in that room and just kind of like, tag team her.
It's really smart. You want to keep the women out of this thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If anybody's going to be making strong decisions about boy names, it should be men. So good on you.
This is Texas. I mean, where are we? You know what I mean?
Kind of thinking you should, with a smart move like that, you should probably name him Super John. I mean, make him even better than you, but not John works. I mean, I'm sure you want to.
Super John. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's a good name. I can't lie. I mean, I think maybe I should name myself Super John, but then name him John.
Oh, you want to change? Well, you came to the right hospital. We just so happen to have the legal department, and you can go over and
I could change my name. Y'all got to deal with the government in here.
You got to deal with the government here. We're not only a hospital, but we also house many of the entities that run the government, the tax offices here,
name change. You can even pay your license, get your license.
We cut to that legal office. So yeah. You can totally make you Super John. No problem. And then your boy would be John. What about regular John? Actually, what if you were Super John and he was regular John?
He was
that way,
John.
there's a clear distinction between the two of you.
I think regular John. I mean, that's like, I would rather him be not John than regular John. You know what I mean? No one wants to be the middle guy.
Okay, all right. I mean, we got a deal on regular. Like we haven't
got
off the name regular in front.
That's right. Good. I just got that medical bill this morning, and I saw you guys were adding on those legal fees on top.
Yeah, it's not a problem for Super John, is it?
It's not a problem. I mean, come on. We can figure something out. I mean,
have you talked it over with the mother of the child?
Excuse me. Talked it over with the mother of the child.
That's right.
I kind of floated some stuff at her. You know what I mean? Kind of said it while she was giving birth just to see how, heat check, think she was okay with it.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. I mean, you're the man of the relationship and this is Texas. So, All right. So I'll just put you down for, how about maybe John? You never quite know with these kids.
Well, maybe John might work because, my last name's Myles. So it could be maybe John Myles.
Maybe John Myles.
MJM. I like that as a good initial.
While he's a baby, maybe baby John Myles.
Baby John Myles.
Baby
I like
John
you.
Myles.
Is this a regular? Does this fit in the regular discount name?
Oh, let me see. I might be able to make a deal. I got to go talk to my manager, but I may be able to make a deal with you.
All right, go ahead. I'll wait.
25 years later. Hey, my name's maybe John Myles. I was hoping to get my name changed. For the last couple of years of my life, it's just people keep asking me like, well, aren't you maybe John Myles? And I mean, I am maybe John Myles, but I'm not John Myles. You know what I mean? It's just been really difficult in job interviews, various piano recitals, all of them just so difficult for me.
Yeah, it sounds tough. What would you be looking to change it to, young man?
I was hoping for like super maybe John Myles, or maybe like fantastic maybe John Myles, just something that like really emphasizes how cool I am. So like maybe the question that precedes that isn't as important because you already know I'm fantastic or outstanding.
Fantastic or super. Yeah, see you already wrote it on your shirt there.
Yeah, I got it right.
Trying it out.
I was seeing how it would go if people would call me that.
How have people been reacting when they saw your shirt?
They're just reading the back of it that says, "No, I am not John Myles. I am maybe John Myles." And gotcha. I mean, that's like a Sphinx question, to be honest, for anybody reading just that. Out of context, that's very confusing.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. Mr. Maybe John Myles, your wife is calling for you. She's just giving birth to the baby. So congratulations, but you might want to wrap yourself and get over to the hospital and meet your new son.
Well, hold on, before you go, what are you naming the baby? We got a sale on regulars.
Regular, eh?
And scene.
Regular, maybe.
Difficult in job interviews. Maybe John Myles is the question. I have no confidence in you.
Who do you want to hire? Maybe John. Maybe.
Yeah, if you're on the fence about it, then maybe we shouldn't work with him. No,
it doesn't sound like you're sure.
You can at least be Reggie. You could be like Reggie if you're a regular. I don't know what maybe could be.
Maybe baby John Myles.
Then you just get that cool initial M, John Myles, and so now you're mysterious. Nobody wants to know what the M stands for. That's why I'm friends with Antoine to this day. I waited for like a couple of years to find out what it's WB. And then when I got it, I was satisfied. But the friendship had already formed. So
yeah,
you just named it. Rope them in with the mystery.
I'm almost afraid to know what it is. Like I feel like it'll be an Indiana Jones face melt situation, as you say it.
It's so not
Warner Brothers. I'm like, no.
You need the right context. You can't consume it haphazardly.
Yeah.
Speaking of consuming, John, you want to talk about a certain Facebook event?
Absolutely. So, for those who haven't heard, Facebook has a new whistleblower who has essentially came out and testified to the Senate that they believe Facebook was willingly ignoring its hostile environment that was creating a lot of basically like what's the best way to put it? Because I'm trying to put this little banner up. It was inciting violence and hateful rhetoric on its website, but it wasn't because it was necessarily like promoting it. It was based on the algorithm, and the algorithm was designed to essentially respond to whatever is the most engaging thing. Whatever is the most engaging thing on Facebook are items that incite anger, being like the big hot button. So the whistleblowers, I guess their point was, we had showed this to our CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, and essentially, if we were to turn off those settings that would promote more civil engagement, it would lower advertising dollars and revenue coming in. So it became a thing about civility or cash flow, right? And Facebook decided to choose cash flow, but choosing cash flow continues to let that spiral out. And there's a number of there's a number of things that they highlighted in some of the video and some of the hearing that she said, as far as like the effects it has on young teenage girls. All these different items. So it's a pretty interesting video. I'm trying to pull up the video so we can have a little bit of a clip. We can hear it for ourselves, and then we can talk about it. Give me 1 second.
Is it a clip of what she alleges? I mean, what she says happened, or is it like recreated for the? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's the interview.
Make sure y'all can hear it. Hold on. Sometimes when you share it, it doesn't bring in the audio.
Mm-hmm. I thought maybe they'd have like a dramatic reenactment of
yes,
some of the stuff that.
I love the dramatic reenactment.
Yeah, we need more dramatic reenactments.
God, I'm so mad on Facebook.
That should be a major industry. Can we start a company that does dramatic reenactments? I just want to. I feel like.
Hey, if you ever wanted to put the improv workforce to work, boy, is that an option.
Oh man, that'd be wonderful.
Just going up to the Senate. I've got a dramatic reenactment. I mean, everywhere. You're in court.
I film these independently and just try to sell them.
Yeah, no one's asked me to make these dramatic reenactments.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a video.
I joined Facebook because I think Facebook has the potential to bring out the best in us. But I'm here today because I believe Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. The company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people. Congressional action is needed. They won't solve this crisis without your help. Yesterday, we saw Facebook get taken off the internet. I don't know why it went down, but I know that for more than 5
Facebook got
hours,
arrested.
Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies, and make young girls and women feel bad about their bodies. It also means that millions of small businesses weren't able to reach potential customers, and countless photos of new babies weren't joyously celebrated by family and friends around the world.
That ain't as
I
bad as other
believe
stuff.
in the potential of Facebook. We can have
Depends
social
on your
media
age, man.
that connects us without tearing our democracy apart, our democracy, putting our children in danger, and sowing ethnic violence around the world. We can do better.
Boom.
It's weird to watch a guy. I was looking at the guy in the back with a mask on, and just like he just looks like he's in trouble or something.
He's like, oh shit, I haven't said that picture of that baby to anyone
at all. Yeah, she made a good point.
He was the backup dramatic reenactment person. He wasn't quite sure if they were going to get to that scene or what he was there for, but he was ready. Now,
yeah, to do a live dramatic reenactment on the floor.
What's your thoughts, though?
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm probably speaking from a place of ignorance, but that's fine. Because I'm cool with it. I don't think it's the stuff that she said about Facebook doesn't surprise me. I'm not necessarily saying it doesn't do those things. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I need the government to come in and tell Facebook how to be civil. I don't know if the government knows how to be civil.
Very true.
That's true.
Who are they bringing in?
Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. Now you have an uncivil government. Go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're saying Facebook made the government uncivil?
So you're saying the government is kind of like that chiropractic doctor that takes you up and supplies you with
the causes.
I will solve your problem by dropping you out of a plane.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not in quite, but I probably don't use Facebook like the types of people that she's describing. And she makes a lot of comparisons in the video to smoking cigarettes and driving without a seatbelt or seatbelt regulations. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it falls into those same categories, but I'd like to hear what you guys think.
If I recall correctly, YouTube had to like completely retool their algorithm at one point because they found out that if you left any video on from any corner of YouTube, it would always end on like just some dude in his car, like spouting hate speech. Like no matter what happens, it's somehow just like found a way to that.
Somehow the algorithm just targets these videos.
I truly think the algorithm is like this like weird, hairy, like baby gremlin thing that's just like bring me more hate.
Yeah.
Give me funny dress picture.
Yes. It's like a slimy, smelly, stinky, but yeah, there's definitely
they told Mark, we got to kill this algorithm. He's like, no, it's my baby.
He held his no.
Come on, Mark.
What is Ninja Turtles, that Krang thing that's like in that guy's stomach?
Yeah,
that's what Mark Zuckerberg. He just kind of pulls it out.
That's the guy. That's the algorithm, man. That's crazy, man.
I know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Facebook should be forced to change their algorithm to make it more civil?
Yeah, I think
I'll say awesome to do it. But forced like to wear is if you force them, then force them to wear is my will be my issue. Who's forcing them to? Who forces them to the point of where, oh yeah, that's okay. Like who's gonna say that?
Yeah.
But yeah, like ask them, like, hey, can you guys make it a little bit nicer? And then just see what they do. Yeah, let try not to be voluntary first, and see what happens from there.
They're gonna give us two care react emojis now, so we can care double for each other.
Yeah, we've given the people twice the caring power.
Yeah.
Of hate.
The problem is that they did research. They investigated like these claims that were brought to them, and they found that these their own research found that yes, it does contribute to young women and how they view their bodies and the negative image. It does contribute to all of these other things. So why do the research, right? Because if you have the data, then now there's some decision that you may need to make with it, and then people can fault you for the type of decision that you make with it, either to ignore it or to follow it. So when people were saying stuff, they should have just been whatever, who cares about that? Because then you won't have any data, then you don't have anything. But when you do the research and hide it, now you're compelled to do something with it, and now you look.
They did the research to see if it was making them money. Probably. Yeah.
I mean, they had the research that it was making them money.
What's making us money? Oh, these
But
ads.
but
Women.
one of the interviews she states she's going to get a lot of leg room because she did a lot of like CYA. One thing she had in her contract, she was saying, well, not in her contract, but she said she was hired specifically to improve information, like clean up information and misinformation. But when you go down that rabbit hole and you find that, you know, kind of like what Tandy's pointing, shareholders and business owners, their biggest job is to keep the flow of cash coming. Right? For me, it's kind of like how I feel about this is kind of how I feel about the drug, you know, the war on drugs, right? Like it could get as bad as the world, you know, as war on drugs, where we misdiagnose what's really going on and how we're interacting with things. And now we're having the government go in and, you know, start putting people in social media jail or whatever bad situation that is, right? The other side to it is how much of this is personal choice and just like, should we policing what people decide to put in their bodies, maybe at a certain age, because you could argue, you know, what do you know if you're 12 years old and you want to do heroin? You don't know anything, right? You don't even know what you're losing if you do it, right? But a 20-something-year-old, an 18-year-old, someone who's been through the education and now they're on social media, which is just as addicting, if not more, than some of the drugs that we have, right? It has an impact on people's lives. There's an argument there that maybe some individuals can't handle that much access, right? But I don't know what that means, man. I know like we can't take war on drugs approach. That didn't work because people are not going to stop wanting to do social media or you know, they're going to be, you know, bootlegging social media. Hell, look at what Donald Trump did, man. They kicked people off. He started with some of his followers doubling down on building up and standing up another system.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And that parlor, that went pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, right. So like, it did. Let's make a whole social media where we could just do nothing but hate and crumble within like a year.
Why did everyone hate it so much?
You can't do it without hate, right? But my last point is, I always ask myself, what does this show me about being human? And what I find is kind of like the Tony Montana line. One, never underestimate a person's propensity to be greedy. So shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. That smells like a lot of greed, right? Like I look at Wall Street all the time. Those top 5 companies are making tens of billions of dollars of cash. So it is not like they're like, where do we find a way to get more money, right? They don't, if you want to call it, right, like healthy company, they're healthy. Nonetheless, there's an argument for choice, right? And, you know, China's another example, right? China, they filter everything. Their government tells you what is yes and no, right? We don't think anybody should be eating ice cream after 6 p.m. They don't do that, but they could do that if they say, studies show if you eat ice cream after 6 p.m., you get diabetes, you end up dying, and we're saving you years on your life, right? They could do that, but that goes back kind of into that war on drugs scenario. So I'm like, I don't know if complete, you know, I don't think the solution should come from the government. I think it should be a partnership.
Right. We cut to the principal's office. All right, come on in here. Now, I was okay with you with the pictures of grandchildren and children drawn on the front of your shirt. That worked out just fine. All right. But these hateful messages that you're writing on the back of your shirt, that's got to stop, kid. You got me?
I mean, I don't like the 76ers.
Now look here. Maybe, John, we let you in this school because your father was a really great football player. When Ned was running plays out there to the team, we won a lot of games. We got a lot of trophies.
He wasn't a football player. My dad was. He was a pigeon. He got passed around on the team. That's why I put it on my shirt.
That remains to be seen. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the amount of money that you're making. You got enough money to pay off all the school debt and fund several other school boards. But we've got to figure out some kind of way to keep these hateful messages from trafficking through the halls. Now, this ain't China. I'm not trying to silence you or tell you what you can say, but this has got to stop, kid.
Just to be clear, there's nothing but government officials in this room and me, right?
That's right. We had to bring the government in to the high school to monitor what's happening with this white T-shirt campaign you got going on here.
So,
well, first of all, I think it's a free country. I think I have the right to hate on anything and anyone I want. I hate y'all suits. The JC Penney style suits. I need better. Y'all should be wearing white tees. Maybe y'all would look fresher. But I hate how hot it is and smelly it is in this school in the morning. It smells like feet for no reason every morning.
We've read the T-shirt, right? It smells like feet.
Young man,
I hate how Subway, all the food.
Young man, the reason that we're here is not because you have opinions. It's because your opinions could possibly have the ability to corrode the structure of the hierarchy of the school. We need to keep things civil. Makes sense?
Y'all just want to control us. That's what y'all want to do.
We want to keep the peace by force.
Mm-hmm. I keep the peace by force, and I want to disrupt the peace by opinions.
Okay,
and
now see, he just said it. He said there he is. He's bucking authority. This is a classical DSM-4 diagnosis of aversion to authority, and you're gonna need to see a psychologist. So we've got a doctor outside on the field. You're going out to the middle of the football field.
A good friend of mine.
A really good friend on the football field.
Yeah, we're gonna will you out there.
What's up, kid? I hear your head is real screwed up. Well, we're just flying on the plane straight onto your head, and you're gonna bounce right back into reality, my friend.
And scene. And that was the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Facebook, think about your choices. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to the people in the chat: Bert, Crystal, Michael. I appreciate it. Lisa, thank you for stopping by, leaving a comment. Ned, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Ned Gayle.
Ned
Gayle.
Improv since the quarantine. I did it with the best rules.
Let people know where they can find out more about you and what you do.
So I play in a band called Swimwear Department.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Show coming up on 10/20 that I just drew a flyer for today. Let's see if that registers. Oh, okay, is it backwards? Yeah, okay.
Egg Drop Soup.
With Egg Drop Soup from LA. And it's going to be at Pachinko Hut, which is the backyard of Continental Club. It's going to be a real blast. So I play in a band called Swimwear Department. Only songs about pools and malls. I also do a weekly talk show every Monday night at 8 p.m. on Twitch with my roommate. It's called Effin Rager. That's EFFINRAGER. That was tricky. We interview people from around Houston and goof around and just do wacky stuff every Monday.
Love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Check him out, everybody.
Wow,
Ned Gayle. DJ Comfy Kilton Tunes, and we're going out of here. C-Ton on the bottom, you see that, but C-Ton Improv, Google it.
Smash those MF sub buttons.
Like and subscribe for the algorithm, for the baby algorithm.
More of us.
Feed me.
Let's feed that algorithm. More of us.
Feed the baby algorithm.
For John, for me, for Tandi, for myself. That's Can't Tell Us Nothing show. We are out.